Okay, Jennifer, let's take a step back from the testimony, the witness testimony. What does the evidence show? We were talking in the break about how there's a kind of a progression of the evidence here. Remember, when Ashley Biggs left that Domino's, she didn't come back. And that, of course, led to a concern, a missing person. The law enforcement went to this abandoned business. They found blood. They found an earring. They found evidence. Then they tracked down the cell phone number of who made the call to the Domino's. And the rest is, kind of history about how the Cobb and ultimately Erica Stefanko were tracked down. But walk us through what that tells you about this particular story and this particular crime.
Well, for a forensic scientist, for an investigator, it sometimes is difficult to connect a crime to a person, and then that person to the crime scene and the person to a victim. So in this case, you had evidence right away that pointed the police to a crime scene. And then there was evidence at that crime scene that pointed directly to the suspect. So I thought it was interesting that, you have the call from Domino's, and then you have evidence of the crime scene that links that bloody scene directly to Domino's. And there's also evidence at that crime scene that then links directly to where the suspect was apprehended at his grandmother's house. So that really nice chain of evidence makes it very clear who is involved here. And I think it is important to point out that the bloody clothing, that was Chad's clothing, and he was the one that needed a change of clothes because he was the one that was bloody. So I think in this particular case, which doesn't always happen, it was a very nice trail from the initiation of the crime to the scene of the crime to the apprehension of the suspect. And, we really like that because that makes our job a lot easier.
I'll tell you what, because we're talking about it, when we come back, we're going to get into that a little bit more. We're going to play the testimony of Detective Mike Hitchings, the lead detective in this case, talking about that investigation.